Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining me this morning on this beautiful Friday. I am Trooper Steve, your traffic safety expert over at WKMG News 6. We're live right now in Results 1. So we are currently inside of Brevard County in the community of Viera. And it seems that I love web. I'm getting a message from my web team, a message from my producer. Y'all communicate a little bit. So we're live everywhere, every platform. News 6 Plus, if you're probably at home watching us right now, this is a new thing. Our News 6 Plus producer every now and then is going to grab a hot topic, maybe a good live stream that we've got going on in the community, and we're going to push it right to you live right there at home. We'll have it to you live also at clickorlando.com and, of course, the News 6 app on your phone. So we've talked about roundabouts before, previously in the DeLand area, but today we are in the community of Viera. Lee, a good dedicated viewer, even showed up out here. I think she's still hanging out, kind of snooping on our live stream this morning, hanging out back here. But she came up to say hi and to really talk about how thankful she was of the traffic attention that we do give all around. And that's what it's about. I appreciate that, because to some, traffic is nothing. To me, traffic is everything, right? So getting the body cam up, because I wanted to start this stream a little differently. There's some really good signage that indicates some things as you, the driver, approach the intersection out here. And it sets you up for success. It sets you up to have the knowledge of, hey, this is what is about to happen. Lee back there waving. She is watching live on our stream. I'm going to put her on camera real quick. You can see her back there in her nice convertible. Lee came out. She was waving because we have that little delay, but she's watching on clickorlando.com. Love it. So we're going to hop out, and I want to switch the audio there. I want to show you something on how they prep you out here. So let's hop on out and go check this out real quick. So out in this area, it is highly commercial. But the good thing is, when you come out here, there's this sign. There's a sign that prepares you for what you need to do. It tells you what lane you should be in if you're trying to approach this traffic circle. Not every traffic circle indicates something like this. So if you're headed westbound on Wickham Road, right? Look, it's telling you Lake Andrew Drive, hang out on the right or the left lane. But if you are trying to do a complete kind of not 360, maybe a 340, right? Lake Andrew, then it tells you what lane to get in. This is the issue. People don't pay attention. They're driving, doing everything else, speeding like that guy, but everything else going on in their life other than paying attention to what's going on as you approach. Then there's other signage out here. Right turn must yield to pedestrians in the crosswalk. So remember yesterday, what did we talk about yesterday? Yesterday was interesting. We were out talking about people that have visual impairments and how the law is strengthened when they approach an intersection. So not only are you driving out here, you are given signage to let you know what's going to happen. Then you're required to yield to other pedestrians that might be out here. And yet you're still on your phone. You're still not paying attention. And yet you want to blame the roadway. That makes no sense to me. So we're going to actually go drive this thing, go around a few times, approach it from each intersection, and check it out. But Lee, do you want to say hi? Let's say hi to Lee. She's here and moved. She's a self-proclaimed New Yorker. She's a little nervous at the moment. You're going to have to mute your phone so that we don't get the delay and kickback. So Lee, join me here, clickorlando.com.
It's off.
So Lee, you are a Viera resident.
I am for 17 years.
17 years. How long did you live? Have you lived in Florida?
Since 2006.
And where are you originally from?
Long Island, New York.
We got a New Yorker.
We got a Long Islander.
Islander representing here in Florida. So talk to me a little about this intersection. Keep in mind we are live, so
Understood.
yeah, so we can't have the same conversation we had a second ago. But
Understood.
yeah, talk to me a little bit.
As a businesswoman, yes. It's difficult because a lot of people just honestly don't signal. How's that?
Okay.
For when they're going to exit. So when people are cutting across, it can become dangerous. People are not paying attention.
Okay.
You can be in a blind spot. And
So
instead
as simple as signaling, you think that would help out here?
Yes. When you're getting ready to do that turnaround, hey, put on your signal. Let everybody know what you're doing.
I like it. So I'm going to go do some patrolling around here, see what it looks like. I got your Instagram message.
Thank you so much.
So I appreciate that. And then I'll send you this link when it's all said and done. And
Thank you.
A little report on how things
Appreciate
look.
for the whole team and everything that you guys do. You're a great news team.
I appreciate that, Lee. Thank you so much.
You have a great day.
I'll catch you later, okay? See, even Brevard County wants us out here. So we're going to take results 1. We're going to hop back in here. Man, Lee is such a sweetheart. And we're going to go attack this intersection. Stand by. Let's get back in the truck. All right. There we go. I am out here for a resident telling me that they're having problems. And that's how we get results. The results are by us being out here from the request. You know, that's what it's about. And Lee even said something as simple, get this, something as simple as signaling within a roundabout can prevent so many issues. I would add in yielding and being courteous to other drivers is what makes a roundabout absolutely smooth. Why? Because it is a give and take traffic pattern. And I mean that, a give and take traffic pattern, because you have to be able to willing to yield to somebody within that area. And by doing so, you allow each approach its due time to do what it has to do. I hope that makes a little sense. Talking to you off the cuff about this stuff is interesting. So it's going to be a 2 travel lane roundabout, and we are going to go drive that right now. So let's go. All right, so we're gonna head out here where I was off on a side parking lot just because it gave me a good look at that signage that was out there. And that's exactly really what I wanted to see, because not every roundabout gives you that little bit of heads up. This gives you a lot of heads up. So again, we're out here in Brevard County in the community of Viera because you've requested it. You asked us to come out here. Well, asked me, so I'm here. And we are talking traffic circles, roundabout style approaches. If you remember, a couple of months ago, we were up in the city of DeLand, unincorporated DeLand, really, talking about one of those roundabouts. And man, that was a stressful experience because it was just a mess. All right. So this is as you approach eastbound right now. The signage is there. We're going to come on over here in the left lane, and tells you if you want to go straight, you stay in the right lane. So we are going to continue west on Wickham, right? So I want to stay right here. As I'm approaching, my turning signal is on, even though obviously you can't go left. I look left, no one's coming, I proceed. Stop the turning signal, no one's coming, I proceed. Turning signal, and you continue. Look, I get it. Someone's probably watching going, you need me to do all that at once? Yep, I do. Because that is how you get through it carefully. I need you to put the phone down. I need you to pay attention completely to what's going on all the time. Because that's what you're supposed to do in the car. Sometimes I feel when I'm telling someone, you want me to be able to pay attention, look over there, use my turning signal, and do the speed limit? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what I'm indicating. I don't want you to be trying to figure out what dinner is. I don't want you to be planning your lunch or your next morning meeting or whatever needs to be done. I want you completely dedicated to operating your vehicle in a safe manner. So we're now eastbound on Wickham, right outside the hospital, approaching this roundabout. This time, we are going to go 75% around it. 75%. So this gets a little tricky here. So our goal is to head north. We are headed east. We want to go north. So I have no option. It says get in the left lane to go head north on Lake Andrew. I'm going to approach. I'm looking left. No cars are coming. I'm clear. I'm coming in to the left travel lane because that's where I'm supposed to be. I'm continuing. I'm activating my turning signal, and I'm clear. Hope we're seeing this. I hope we're understanding this a little bit. That this is a process. It's something that you as the driver have to do. There is no option in doing it, if that makes sense. In order for the roundabout to work, you have to work as well. You need to be out here focused on what you're doing. Like I said, it's not a time to be on the phone like this guy is as he's sitting there texting away or on a tablet watching a show or watching your latest YouTube update. Definitely not the time. What's also not is, I think, that golf cart driver that's back there. Morning Anchor Crystal Moyer giving me a call right now. Ma'am, we are live doing a stream, young lady. I will give you a call as soon as possible. All right, so we're back at the the roundabout, excuse me. So we want to go now around it again. So I'm going to get in that far left lane. I'm approaching. I'm checking the left traffic. Why? No traffic's coming from the right. Approach. I'm coming in. We're going around. Turning signal because I'm exiting here. And I'm out. Nice and smooth. So smooth. We're going to do this again. This time, we'll go south on Lake Andrew. So, a few things to keep in mind. Absolutely no distractions. Read all warning signs as you approach. And always yield right away to anybody else that is within the circle. If they are there, you are not. If there is space, there's no oncoming traffic, that's when you proceed. The traffic circle, the roundabout is not I am required to force my way in. Nope. You are required to yield, and that's how it works. So sometimes you'll have roundabouts that have stop signs on the north and south end and then yield signs on the east and west. This is because traffic management has indicated that, hey, look, that those directions are a little busier than the other ones. So they're requiring other traffic to stop. So they have to wait while everyone's doing their loop-de-loop. This one is not like that. This is a yield. You yield to me, I yield to you. Nice little give and take. And that's how you really got to get through it. So many people are so selfish within a roundabout or a traffic circle that you get frustrated, people get road rage, crashes happen, and then everyone's blaming everyone and their mom about who caused the crash, when in actuality both people should probably be looking at themselves. So good morning again if you guys are just joining us. We are in Brevard County today, and we're in Viera. I haven't been able to get out here yet with Results 1, so I'm super excited to be with you here, and excited that we're tackling a topic that I've already had the opportunity to talk about a little bit. Roundabouts. We were talking roundabouts a few months ago in DeLand, and now we're back out here in Brevard talking about them. So this is interesting. This has a dedicated right turn. We're going to take it. I like this. So instead of going into the roundabout, if you're only intending to go right, this one has a dedicated right, but it also has a pedestrian crossing. So I have to look. I'm good to go. There's a pedestrian coming. I'm going to yield because they're there. The signage is there. There is even a sign, if you look to the left, state law, stop for pedestrians within crosswalk. Other vehicles are doing it. That bozo went through it a little too fast. They should have waited until the pedestrian has exceeded over 50% of the crosswalk before proceeding through. If a law enforcement officer was here, that driver would have been pulled over and given a citation for failing to yield to the pedestrian. Some of you are looking right now and going, really, Steve? They gave him space. Not enough, and I don't care. Mom pushing a stroller or someone pushing a stroller, you should be giving so much extra space for a situation like that, period. And that's why the law indicates over 50% of the crosswalk before you're allowed to continue through. So that's something to keep in mind. And in this area, there's no excuse really not to have that happen because of the fact that there is so much signage through here. I'm so impressed. And we haven't seen anything too crazy, but again, we're here mid-morning, 10:17 in the morning on a Friday, and it's not too bad. We're going to do this again, so let's approach it. We're going to look traffic to the left. There's even signs out here that say you must yield to both lanes within the roundabout, not just the one closest to you. So what does that tell us? Well, I know what it tells me. It tells me that as I approach that area, no matter what lane I see any of those cars in, I better slow down and wait and yield to them. Meaning, I gotta let them go. That's what the yielding means. Meaning, I'm going to allow them to proceed, and when they clear, if there's enough space, hey, I'm good to go. So we're gonna do it again. Let's go through it a whole time. We're gonna let these cars to my left kind of go because they're under stop control, but this guy doesn't understand what a stop sign is, so it's perfectly fine. Thanks, man. That's another thing. If you're making a right and you have a stop and someone's out in the median, you're under the control, not them. So, yield. All right. We're going to just make a right here, okay? So we're going to go right on Lake Andrew from Wickham. We're approaching. And you can start to see traffic is building up out here a little bit. So we're approaching. Everyone's yield. You got to yield to both golf carts and pedestrians. Lake Andrew, yield to both lanes in roundabout. We take a look to the left. Traffic's there. I'm waiting for a second. Turning signal, no traffic. We're golden, guys. Let's do it. Really, really good structure on this roundabout. I like it. There are a lot of golf carts out here, so you have to be careful. Keep in mind, if you're putting a golf cart out anywhere in this area, 16 years and older with a valid driver's license, so be careful. We're going to get turned back around, but I think we've really proven our point. out here. It's hard for me to pull off anywhere and just wait, but I do want to do that at least for 1 or 2 minutes real quick. So we're going to get turned around and just approach it one final time and really see what other drivers are maybe doing. But you could see this one was a nice one to explain because it's marked very nicely. The roadway is very clear. There is plenty of signs as you approach, giving you a heads up of, hey, what travel lane you should be in. And not every roundabout does that. So you have to be prepared. This one kind of trains you for double lane roundabouts, which is impressive. So we're going to come up to the roundabout here. We're going to pull off to the side just for a second and monitor it if there's a spot for us to do so, because I would really like to at least observe other drivers briefly so we can get a good feel of really what this looks like. So I'm going to pull off actually right here. We're just going to watch it. I don't know if you can see it that well. So yeah, we can see it. So up ahead, we're going to watch that just for a second, and then we're going to wrap it up from here. But you can see traffic flowing from it very nicely, people yielding to each other. You've got to be super cautious while you're out anytime approaching a roundabout because it's high pedestrians. And usually it indicates a pretty residential area with roundabouts. So let's watch this car approach. As they approach it, they're going right. So they're dedicated to that right. I really like that. I wish a lot of roads did that. This one is not. The X7 is approaching. They're slowing down. So's the Tesla. Their traffic is clear. They're right in. Tesla's slowing down. They're right in. I want to see brake lights. That's what I want to see when these vehicles are approaching. If you don't see a brake light, you violated it. Even if no cars are coming, there is a yield sign. You are required to yield. I had a viewer send me a message saying, well, Steve, if no cars are coming, you're telling people you have to yield. I'm giving you a perspective that's going to prevent you from crashing out here and then emailing me saying, hey, what happened? If the sign is there, then yield. If there's a car, even if there's a car, you can't see a car, slow down as you approach because you may not see the pedestrian. And that's what a lot of this plays into, is constantly thinking, not being distracted, understanding. Look, there's a Brevard Sheriff's deputy pulling through it and people got nervous. See the white Tahoe waiting there? Here he comes. He yields, proceeds through. I don't know if that was the best one. I think they could have maybe done that a little better. But, all right, guys. So recapping what we were doing and why we were here. Traffic circles, aka roundabouts. They're popping up everywhere in Central Florida, and it is something we have to get used to because Florida Department of Transportation has deemed them as a good way to reduce traffic crashes, and we're going to see them, so we have to learn. Just like when other things pop up, we got to figure it out. So a viewer asked us to come out here, and we visited the roundabout off of Wickham over by Viera Hospital. For the most part, I'm giving this area 2 thumbs up when it comes to infrastructure, and I'm like giving it a meh when it comes to drivers. Just because every intersection or every option that we had approaching this area, it's crystal clear. The signs tell you where you need to be. There are extra signs that say, hey, watch out for the pedestrians. They're even labeling the travel lane you should be in, telling you what lane you should be in on what road you want to get to. That's pretty cool. Not all of them do that. So a few takeaways. 0 distractions when approaching. Zero. I'd even lower the radio a little bit when approaching a roundabout. Observe all the warning signs while approaching. Yield, no matter what. And understand that anybody within the circle has the right of way to you, not the other way. So, whoa, this was a good one, right? Well, guys, we're going to wrap this up. I am Trooper Steve, Steven Montiero, your new 6 traffic safety expert. And I just want to say thanks for joining us today here in Brevard County in Viera. And of course, anytime you are out and about, wear your seatbelt, pay attention, be blessed, have a great weekend. It's going to be beautiful outside. Enjoy it and drive safely. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for joining us.